You're looking up, he's up there, and action!
One day we were having coffee together, and Eric said, you know, there really was a real animal hero, an American hero. His name was Ham, the first chimp in space. And a light bulb went right off in my head. I said, that's a movie.
From the Earth to the Moon kind of picked up right after this story, and then The Right Stuff picked up even, before this story. There's this little moment in time of our space history that everybody missed.
I was actually born 10 days after Ham was launched. I remember as a young child just growing up with the space program.
It was a very exciting time. It was like Christopher Columbus or Magellan. It was a time of exploration. The astronauts were celebrities. It was very exciting. You got called out of school to watch the launches.
So NASA was, the dream of everybody to be involved in that kind of adventure.
The Air Force and NASA have been invaluable in making this movie. We couldn't have done it without them. They've given us incredible amounts of production value that you couldn't get anywhere else. Hangars, jets, flybys,
Helicopter.
It's been awesome. They've been fantastic.
What made it wonderful for me, I had the crew there, and oddly enough, there's another shuttle liftoff while we're shooting the film. So my fun was getting to say, okay, crew, let's drop. And we all just dropped the camera, and we ran outside. We ran to this little viewing space over at the visitor center, and I had literally 100 people standing there as it went off.
There's two things that you don't see on the TV when you're seeing the shuttle going up. One is how bright it is. It's like looking at the sun. And two, how loud it is. It just hits you in the chest.
The other great advantage of having NASA as one of our sponsors is we got to get into the archives, so I was able to pull all of the real blueprints for the rockets.
We were incredibly lucky because we got to use a location which is a museum now, but what used to be mission control for the Mercury program. So everything is authentic.
All there helping with the accuracy of the film, and of course we had a ton of people from the Air Force bases that ended up being extras in the movie.
Obviously it's a historical piece, which I think are always wonderful because they're informative and educational. They teach us about times we didn't know.
The character I play, Wilhelm von Hoover, is obviously based on Werner von Braun, as just insofar as he's the father of rocket science in America, having come from Germany. His wife has passed away. The boy is having a great deal of difficulty because kids in school are, humiliating him because it's after World War II and they're calling him a kraut and a Nazi and so on, so he has no friends.
Call me a Nazi. Dirty, stinking Nazi.
The obvious challenge of playing Donnie McGuinness is the time frame, being an aggressive, ambitious, intelligent female in the 60s.
Where's Dr. McGuinness?
I'm Dr. McGuinness.
You're Dr. McGuinness. I got you guys Natalie Wood to give us the VIP tour.
Annabeth's really nice. She's really, she's funny. She's funny. You'll come up and she'll make jokes about her outfit, she'll make jokes about her hair, everything. And she's just a really fun person to be with.
Annabeth had this quality of someone who's, I want to say motherly in one way, the warmness and the heart that she had, which was right for the part, and just being a beautiful young woman who just brought heart to the film that it's just amazing. And she, again, another person who had to get that close to the chimpanzee and be very comfortable with it, because it can be a little scary having an animal next to you. And she just, from the first day, picked up the chimp, hung out with the chimp, and it was just like a relationship that you could not have ever imagined. They just had chemistry together. They were wonderful.
No, you are a children.
I wanted to find a guy who was stern and yet lovable.
James Woods was quite an experience because of who he is and his background. He's an incredible actor who brought so much to every single shot we did with him.
James Woods is very intense. He's very serious. I like him because he'll give you pointers on things, and he's a very open actor. So he'll have an idea, and he won't just say, well, maybe I'll do that. He'll go up and he'll change around an entire shot if he wants to, and it usually comes out very good.
James is the part. So that's part one. I realized he would be a perfect, father for this part, but how do you get him? So we somehow worked a deal the first time to get him. He loved the material. He said his mom loved the material, so that's why he was doing the film. Some things went on. We lost him because of scheduling. He had to go on and do The General's Daughter, and the timing wasn't going to work out, and so we lost him. We were going to have to make the film without him. And so I just waited a little while. I just said, let's just take a breath here and see what happens. So